I can count. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this time zone's game of Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dale, presented by QSC. Quest and Chaos. Yeah.
Keep vamping, James.
Vamping! I can't suck anybody's blood right now because there is no next to bite down on. Get it? Vamp. Ha ha! But yeah, I have the standard material that I can use to vamp. First of which we've got the Nord Games. Nord Games got all that supplementary material to make your game awesome. They got books, they got decks, they got dice, they got a whole smorgasbord of things to go check out. And if you go to nordgamesllc.com/3.html, that's our affiliate link. You help them out, you help us out, and if you use the coupon code chaotic20, chaotic20, you're going to get yourself 20% off. Another friend of the show is Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise, making all of those custom dice that are bird themed and Arizona themed. So go check out birdsofparadise.com, and if you use the coupon code chaotic, you're going to get yourself 15% off. Another friend of the show is D&D Beyond, the official online tool set of Dungeons and Dragons. They have all the source books that you can get a master level subscription to, so that way you can have access to Dragon of Icefire Peak, or Icewind Dales, or Eberron, The Last War Rising, or Tasha's Hidden Cauldron, and all the books. They are really coming out with a lot of books. So yeah, check out dndbeyond.com. Yeah. Also, you're on Twitch. You can help support this show and any of the other shows by donating bits. 500 bits equals 1 inspiration. 1 inspiration is a d6 that our players can add to a d20 roll. 2 inspiration, they get to pull 2 cards from the deck of inspiration created by our very own Thomas Cook, which have varying effects, from tonic of charms to speed boost to critical hits and all that jazz that just makes me add more and more health to my monsters so they don't die in one hit.
Oh, is that how it works? You take notes for my game.
Ha 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 ha. I think about the story, not the mechanics. Yes. Well, those are that. And then there's also the YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. We would love to see you here live, but we understand that if you can't make it, we very much appreciate your viewing. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and hitting that bell for the notifications. Just smack it really hard.
James, can I jump in here real quick as well? Because
yes.
I think
you're
people should go.
You are still seated. I expect some jumping.
There will be a little bit. There's no pencil in my immediate range. You guys should all join the Discord, because there are some amazing people over there, and they post amazing things, such as breakfast cheesecake is the most important cheesecake of the day. Which is just, it is a true statement.
Spitting facts.
I did not realize.
Spitting facts.
Needed to know.
It's got sweet, it's got tart, it's got everything to wake you up.
Got protein, it's got carbs, it's got sugar. Start your day off right. Breakfast cheesecake.
Yes. So it doesn't look like we have any inspiration awards. It is towards the end of the month. So we'll see.
Y'all have any remaining cards from patreon.com?
So we don't have any remaining cards, and we have 3 inspiration tokens. And one of the other things that kind of, I think, got lost somewhere along the lines is King Shikamaru on Dragon of Icefire Peak donated quite a lot of bits, and those triggered the giveaway, the boy, if you will. But I did not update the graphics. So today during this show, at some point when we get a big raid, we're going to do a giveaway of a Nord Games deck of your choice.
Cool. Either PDF if you're outside of the US, or if you're in the US, we'll give you one of those nice little physical copies. Yes. Yes. I made a brief mention of Patreon. We do have a Patreon. So if you head over to patreon.com/questandchaos, we'd very much appreciate your patronage over there. We have a few perks that you can use to either help out the show or get some of that extra content like QNC After Dark. All right. All right, that's everything. Does anyone else have an announcement? No.
No.
All right. Well, Thomas, are we ever going to announce the new show? When are we going to do that?
We are launching a new campaign called Swords and Sages. It will be DM'd by Tiana, featuring 3 members of this cast. I'll let you guys figure out who that is. Tassi and JP are like, nobody told me about this. So that might be a clue. Might be a clue. We're going to be going through Candlekeep Mysteries. And this is because Aaron jumped off a waterfall, broke his back. So
Fractured. He's not broken.
Fracture is a break.
yeah.
It's a crack. You know, you look at a
Semantics.
cracked window, you're not saying that's a broken window. It's a cracked window.
Yes.
Either way, we want him to
Yeah.
heal before he's driving to an on-site
yeah.
location.
That injury is very common against people who own horses, and you cannot drive until your doctor says it's okay to drive, just because there's so much pressure and bouncing and all that stuff. And if you are a subscriber on Twitch, you can check out the VOD of Aaron versus Warren that was recorded a couple of days ago, and he actually goes through and describes what happened.
Jeez.
And you can see Aaron, and you see Warren go, no, F-bomb. But,
So I started blasting.
so yeah. Anyway, Candlekeep Mysteries. It should be fun. Swords and Sages Mondays after Dragon of Ice Fire Peak is over.
Yeah. We'll take a week off because one of the mysterious 3 that we don't need to know about really needs a break.
Yep.
And that would be Thomas and me. We all need a break for a hot second on a Monday where we go and I don't know, what do people do on Mondays? Go to church? Is that what they do? I don't know.
Monday's dark for theater people.
I
So
say it's laundry day for theater people. 'cause
Yeah.
It's the only day you're home.
Mm-hmm. Good times. Good times. Well, yeah. So, it is. Have I vamped enough? Do I need to go find someone's neck I need to bite on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, hold up. Want to become famous? Buy followers. Times. Have you-
Damn it.
Quickly, it's a bot.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Half tricked me last week. Because he's like, you want to be famous?
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
oh, I better get rid of that. And he's like, buy merch. That's how you be famous.
Good job,
yeah.
Hef.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
Taken care of.
excellent. All right. Well, I got this moody shadow on the what was it? Dexter side of my face,
Dexter. Yeah.
or sinister?
I believe that would be your sinister side.
Yes, my left side.
Yeah.
Yes. Got this shadow on the sinister side of my face. We were talking about Latin before the show. Yeah. Resident expert here, Alondra Heilman, y'all. But yeah, let's hop into this time zones game of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Woo!
Hello.
What happened last time? I don't remember.
We had just finished killing the Frostmaiden.
Yeah.
We did diplomacy. Remember, we talked about this.
Yeah, y'all did some diplomacy, right? Y'all were in the basement, particularly Elspeth, who was in the basement of Caer the cistern, where they were holding the keep's water supply, basically,
And corpses.
and corpses. Thank you very much. Double moratorium, arboretum. No.
Moriarty.
Moriarty, Sherlock Holmes, Benedict Cumberbund.
We are off to such a good start today.
Also, that episode of Aaron versus Warren that is on Twitch right now. They talk about Army of the Dead.
Oh,
And I listened to an hour of it, and they had not yet really talked about Army of the Dead. They definitely got into, does Bruce Wayne no, you should just watch it. It's too
Very
early in the
convoluted.
day to use the words that they were using.
Mhm.
So.
Does Bruce Wayne have parents?
Oh, not anymore. He doesn't.
Ooh.
Also, does Batman? Yep, we're only 10 minutes in. I can't say that due to the censors. But we all know what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Right.
Although
Batman.
there is the great YouTube short Bad Man.
Wow.
And
Which-
since we've already rabbit trailed, I'm just going to interject and say thank you, Tactical Bacon 81509, for those bits, because I feel like we're going to need them.
That is 1,000 bits to the players. That brings us up to 5. Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, because you'll totally need it, because I totally have Roll20 open right now. Anyway, what happened?
So hopefully you'll give me a heads up.
Let's see what happened last time. Y'all were at Caer down in the cistern. Elspeth was about to go for a how should I say this? A hefty chunk of Kadroth, the supposed lead of Caer go for a hefty chunk of his health, but was stopped by an albino tiefling, her name being Avarice. Her being curious of Elspeth and her compadres, mainly due to the spell book that they brought in from East Haven, which at first was believed to be a book of poetry, but then proved to be a spell book. So in that time, in the cistern, a lot of things happened. Who murdered Kadroth? Like by drowning him? I believe that was Azar.
It was a team effort between Azar and Donovan. Azar froze him in ice, and then Donovan made him laugh to death underwater.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. Lot off.
Yeah, it popped off while you were gone, Tassi. They murked this boy.
I miss all the fun.
Oh, well, there's going to be some fun to be had, and I will explain in a quick moment. But they returned back up to the surface with the remaining caretakers of the Caer. Caer.
Well done, James. Well done.
And up they went, and they spoke with Avarice to learn about her goals in Icewind Dales. Her goal being to find the lost city of Yithrin, one of the Netherese floating cities that during the spell plague crashed. And she believes that the city, in whatever capacity, is somewhere up here in Icewind Dale. But after some discussion, she agreed to take her and the Black Swords out of the keep to further her investigations. Donovan had a brief little heart-to-heart with Meek, giving him some money and saying that when they pass by again through Caer after their adventures in Keraconic, they'll come back and take him elsewhere. That night, however, Elspeth, having taken one of the Black Sword's pendants, noticing that it gave similar qualities to the Ring of Warmth, saw visions, a dream of her god being frozen in ice and taking on a new shape, a pale figure with pointed ears and red eyes, trapped within that ice, just smiling. She awoke and wrestled with that vision, not gaining a long rest, as the others did gain a long rest. But with Caer behind them, they set forth for Keraconic, heading up north along the loch, a fine day as far as Icewind Dale can be. And just as they crest a ridge, they look down to see Keraconic. An interesting little town. Basically arranged in like terrace-like rows, receding up away from the loch. They kind of look like an amphitheater in the way that they are placed in 3 rows. The town, compared to many of the other ones you've seen, has a bit of a warmth to it. And as you can see, with quite a few of the buildings, there's glass. Some of it a bit orange tinted, not sure if it's the glass itself or the light that emanates from it, but it does give a much warmer feel compared to the other 10 towns. But from your sight from up above, you don't see a lot of small figures milling about.
We didn't see anyone at Keraconic or
Denival.
the other one, Caer Denival. Nobody was out. Looks like there's people here. Did we get a long rest, by the way?
Yeah, you all did, except for Elspeth.
That's right. After the fight.
Y'all took a nap.
Gotcha. So I actually have that spell slot back. Yes. Well, what are we telling them that we're here for? What are we here for?
Wasn't Elspeth's dad this way? I thought he was. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know, but
Kind
there
of
was a
pattern, yes.
theory.
All right. Well, it's seems like there's people here, so we might get more information than the last place we were at.
I believe we were also going to ask about the Duragar and the Shardlin, because there was some rumors of them moving about up here.
Yes. All right.
Find a tavern.
Moa, have you ever been here?
Not that I can remember.
All right. So I guess we look for tavern or an inn, or just go in and see what happens.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Might as well.
As you say, might as well, you watch as Moa jauntily makes his way down the sloped hill, trudging up some snow along the way. As you follow the path, you do notice that it kind of goes along the way of the upper tier of Keraconic and kind of comes around towards the northwestern side before dropping you into the town proper. And you can see up on this this upper ring, if you will, the buildings, they have a bit of more of a sloped curvature and architecture to their creation. You can see some carvings of what seem to be more, how should I say this? More serpentine, but they're more blocky, if you will. Back in, I believe, Tourmaline, you saw oh wait, no, not Tourmaline. Goodmead. You saw
Goodmead.
wyverns atop.
Yeah.
And those were much more naturalistic in their expression. These ones seem to be a bit more blocky and geometric in shape, but you can get a sense of serpentine creatures coming off some of the end bits there. But as you look before you, you do see quite immediately where Caer Denival had the keep, the massive keep that stood aloft. You see on this upper ring, as you make that turn into that upper tier, a ruin of quite a large area base that you can assume is the namesake of Keraconic.
All right, so we head there then.
It is ruined.
Oh. So we head there then.
Do you see anything that looks tavern-like?
From there, not really. It is a little harder to tell just due to the fact that there is a lot of light that is being poured out right now. And it does give the sense that despite not seeing many people out on the street, you maybe see one or two and they just kind of pass by, look at you, and walk further down the road.
Try to stop someone to ask which way the tavern is.
And you stop someone and they're like, you go down that way, you'll find it. Pointing off to the north, or like the hook of the amphitheater, if you will, of the top tier.
Are you okay, sir?
Am I okay?
Yeah.
We're living on the farthest northern part of the towns. Goodness gracious, another one of those fucking thieves.
Amoa sort of like gets into a battle ready position from all that sound and like starts looking around for any would-be thieves or kind of more on alert.
You have got a thieving problem?
Seems it's not the only problem here in Keraconic. We can't fish very much. No one gives a shit, you know. Yeah, it's been a long day trying to get something out of that water, but otherwise, do you need anything else?
No, we'll head to the tavern.
All right. Have fun. And you watch as he continues down the road towards the southern side.
Lucky, jolly, that way. Or not lucky. What?
Joel,
where?
7.
7.
Jolly and
Yeah.
7. We've had them for 15 episodes, guys.
Hey, you know, my parents sometimes mistaken my name for my brother, and they've had me for 38 years. So I can see where it might happen.
So yeah, I think just heading to the tavern, and honestly, I haven't had a drink in a while. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea to sit down and assess where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Drowning somebody makes you thirsty. Okay, I see you, Donovan.
What? I'm sorry. What does?
Drowning someone.
Well, I mean,
That was mostly Azar who did the drowning.
Oh.
Donovan was busy bleeding out at the time.
Yeah,
well,
that's pretty.
Guess you
I
do need
mean-
your drink.
Oh,
I don't know about
knocked
you, Azar.
one, and I froze another, and Donovan made him laugh to death. Must have been a very funny joke.
I don't even remember. Probably wasn't actually. He would. You would have been. Azar would have been holding him underwater for minutes, and it just seemed like it was gonna take a while. So I just sped up the process a little bit.
It's a good way of preventing people from casting spells, though. You can either breathe or cast a spell, but not both.
Excellent.
Imdra, have you ever been here to Keraconic before?
It has been a few years, to be quite honest. We don't come up here very often. I mean, when the ferry was going from East Haven, it would come up along this way, and yes, I guess, you know, the fact that the lock is frozen and we have not been able to work this ferry back and forth, they are seemingly not too happy.
Seems that is potentially a running theme here in 10 Towns. That I mean, obviously, you know, this Frostmaiden, we need to do something about that.
I mean, if you all can, that would be appreciated. But the help with the Duergar nuisance and everything else is very much appreciated.
Well, maybe starting there, because the warnings that we have, you know, destroying 10 Towns, then why do we even bother? So maybe we stop them first.
Seems more doable as a starting point than going immediately after a god.
Yes. I mean, we've already, you know, buried a Duergar or two under some earth, right? Right, Amala?
Oh.
Right, so that drink. Take off in the direction that we were indicated for the tavern.
Rest of you
Like,
follow?
yeah, we're all bad people here.
Maybe
But-
we're the bad guys.
Yeah, maybe we're the baddies.
Every D&D campaign. Maybe we're the bad guys.
Oh man.
But as you walk along this northern side, you begin to feel that the crescent of this amphitheater portion begins to hook around, and you start heading east and then southeast, also slowly going downwards closer towards the lock. And as you do that, you do see a unmistakably different snow pile, kind of just stacked up next to a building on the side where a bit of the roof does not protect it from the side, and you just see this large snow pile.
What do you mean we see a large...
Sorry?
Is it-
Yeah.
Is it like a snowman?
Almost in shape, large snowman. It's just as you're walking by, you all are just kind of looking in and taking in the town. You do see a few folks within their windows as you walk by, and then you just notice a large snow pile. Slightly different than the rest. Where everything is kind of flat to the ground, this one seems to be a bit more erect.
I'll take the bait and go examine this person, man, badly made snow sculpture, whatever.
You step over, and it has no details at the moment, but you just notice that it is.
Is there a carrot nearby?
Make a investigation check.
And while you are making that, I just want to say thank you, Digital Hero 101, for rating us. You can check out their stream as well. They are a member of the Titan Media Collective as well. So be sure to check them out.
13.
13. You do see a small stick kind of poking out a little further away.
Okay, but there's no like clothing or anything for the snowman.
Not except for the things that you have upon you.
I'll grab the stick and just like pile more snow up and try to finish the snowman.
I'm
You
gonna
pile up
firebolt
some of the snow.
snowman. As the czar is like doing, I'm gonna firebolt the snowman. See,
What
What
heck?
the actual? Okay.
hopefully there's no small child inside.
And this would be the chaos part of the quest.
So as you pile up the snow, Azar, and you're about to stick the stick within this pile, Donovan fires off a firebolt. Bullet attack.
Oh. I might miss. Hold on. Firebolt. 11.
You love it. You son of a bitch.
Remember, commoners only have 4 HP.
So as you stick this stick in, Azar, you feel a slight bit of movement, and then the firebolt just comes rushing past you, hitting into the snow, the thickness of it absorbing some of its impact. But as that impact happens, you just hear a voice come out of the snow like, where are they? I found those fucking wankers. Sees you all standing there and draws a sword clumsily as they flounder with a wine bottle in their hand, and then they like point the wine bottle at you. All right.
I hand
What are
him the
you?
stick. Is this yours?
It's not my fucking stick. What are you all doing here?
Oh, I
Looking
was
for a
making tea.
drink.
Yeah. Looks like you know where the drinks are.
And as you point at them, you see this armored body with a white scarf that's wrapped around their head, and you see a bit of some stains on it, and it just wraps around this silvery scaled face of a silver dragonborn.
Isn't
That-
the speaker a dragonborn?
A silver dragonborn, in fact, we were told.
Ah, you've heard of me then.
Why were you
Resident-
hiding in the snow?
Cuz I was waiting for those gold fucking wankers to steal some shit. And I was on patrol, and I was making sure they weren't around. My very presence. As you hear him vomit into the snow. And you can see where some of those stains get on his scarf.
I'm like holding Jolly back. Like, no, you don't want to eat that. You do not want to eat that. Here, have some jerky.
I'm just gonna turn to Imdra and kind of be like, is this normal? Or is this another side effect of the everything up here being generally terrible?
No, folks, this is Trovis, the speaker of Keraconic. Speaker, it is good to see you once more. And as they wipe their mouth, you watch as he looks like, hey, Indra Lagath, it is good to see you once more. As the East Haven, I'm sure you and your little bit of fairy and bit of a town is having a grand old time, isn't it? Yes, very much so. We are working our best to outfit the ferry with a bit more icebreaker capability so we can send it up north soon. Well, you've been doing that for 2 fucking years. I'm assuming it'll be another 2 more.
With an attitude like that, probably. Shall we go inside somewhere we could chat?
Chat, we will. Now, you mentioned a drink, but I'll need some food. So we're going to the Northern Lights. As you watch him stumble off into the street.
Azar
Charming.
probably tried to keep him steady, holding on to it.
Thank you. Thank you, young child. It has been a while since I've been this inebriated. At which point you all kind of look at Imdra and she's just like,
I'm going to, as they walk off, I'm going to investigate the odd pile of snow that he was in and just,
Mhm.
see what else was going on there.
investigation check.
Some frozen vomit.
One, I have some, I have stuff in it, but a one.
Yeah. I mean, he was in that pile of snow, and as he emerged, he just kind of scattered it all about. You can see a bit of the divot that he himself was in. He was leaning on a barrel.
Is any of the snow yellow?
I mean, what did you roll?
Oh, well, altogether a 9.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, you do see a little stain.
Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to check for.
Important things.
Oh, I will say he did not grab his sword.
I'll pick that up for him.
Yeah.
Bring it along.
And it is, as you bring it along, it is this very large claymore.
Is it rusty or any effects, or do I think that it's
No rust.
okay? Yeah, I'll bring it along for him.
Mm-hmm.
If he left anything else there as well, other than urine, I'll bring that as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you want some lemonade snow, you can have that if you'd like. But as who is speaking? Sorry, I missed something.
Oh, I just said gross.
But as you all begin to walk, and as you keep him steady, you just start to hear him say, "Yeah, so you all adventurers, coming out here, this is probably the only fucking thing you'd be doing."
Yes. We were tracking some people. We're looking for we're looking for thieves and for another adventurer. And what else were we looking for, guys?
Although my brother, spot my height,
Right.
a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, and very carefree attitude. That one.
We've also heard stories about a bunch of Duragar causing general problems that we were looking into.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fucking lead. They just thought there was some invisible twats just walking about here, and turns out they're part of the Duragar, so that makes plenty of sense. But when I was younger, I used to be quite the adventurer myself. One time, I was walking along this river, and I saw a troll, and I tricked it into falling into the river, and it just went downstream. Good stuff. And as he keeps going, he keeps talking about all of his adventures. And it seems like it's a very long walk as you walk down the crescent towards this base area where it seems to be more of the town square. You can see a pavilion at its central point covered with snow, and seats within, as if it's like a nice little place where one could sit and have a drink or a picnic, but no one seems to be inhabiting it. And as you enter this side, you can see two very distinct buildings. One of them, which Trovis seems to be heading towards, appears to be more of an inn-like structure with about 2 stories. Maintaining that similar architecture of like swoops that are coming off of the points of the roof, as well as just lots of nice stained glass that just kind of dapple the front. And then the other side, the reason it draws your attention is there's a lot more noise coming from there. The front of it just having a sign that has a, how should I say it, fishing line with a hook on it. And outside, after a couple steps, you can see a table with just a row of pints just out in the front. And you can hear a lot of frivolity coming from that. But as you follow Trovis, he kind of looks over, looks a little green at the alcohol just for a moment before heading over to the inn-like structure.
So let's say we give you some food in here. How about that, Trovis?
Yeah, that would be good, small child. That would be great. Now, one of my greatest accomplishments. Now, I can't say that it was my accomplishment as he walks up the steps, because I was part of a group. We were fighting these dragon cultists, right? And they were everywhere. And me and my team, we just took them all. And it was great. Yeah, I could tell you all about it. There's one part where they were like coming at us with all these cloaks and knives, and they tried to hold me with a spell, and they did, and I was held, and they were taking a knife and trying to stab me in the stomach.
How many people were in your team?
My team, there were, oh god, I think it was a range of people, but 4 or 5. We had some interchanging members, if you will.
Of course. Perhaps did you at any point in your adventures fight with a man named Alvade Linquist? Big, tall, human man. Large beard.
Every day. Oh, I was the only guy who could drink me under the table. You know Alvide? Are you one of his groupies? He always had quite a few on him at the side. Was a bit jealous.
Not exactly. I'm his daughter.
Oh.
I know, it's very unexpected.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. Well, daughter of Alvide, and he just takes his arm around you. I'm gonna get you a fucking drink. If you... I haven't had that drink with the old man enough. Oh.
So you haven't seen him recently, then?
Huh.
Like, say, any time within the last year or so?
You know, I thought it was a dream, but now that I'm seeing you here, maybe it wasn't a dream.
How's your memory? Is it
Well, I will tell you, it is like a steel trap. Something gets in there. It doesn't leave.
Azar has a steel trap.
I'll start like edging him towards the end. Like, yes, how about we discuss your...
Yeah, since I am now trapped, I'm just gonna help steer him.
All right. Wait, but I was got. Okay, fine. You lead him up a couple steps, and you do notice that as you approach this door, which is a nice little curved door. It's not rectangular, but it has like a bit of an arch at the top. You do notice as you enter this little awning, there's a hook that comes down from the center of it, empty. But as you burst through, Trovis just giving a big grin, being like, "Hello, Ellie, Corey, I'm here." At which point,
dump him in a chair.
you plop him down, and this middle-aged, about 40s, 50-year-old woman kind of comes out. She's pretty tall, has a braid that just comes down to about the belly button that she pulled over from the front or from the back to the front. Lithe in figure, human. Excuse me. And she says, "Oh, did you fall asleep again, dear? I'm telling you, Trovis, you keep falling in that snow, you're going to get a cold. And you need to stop relying on the kindness of strangers. Goodness gracious. Heat something up for Trovis. He's been out patrolling again." At which point you just hear a grunt from the back.
Maybe
Man.
a round for the table. We can, and a round of drinks.
Certainly.
I'm gonna just kind of pull out 5 gold and hand it over.
You do see a bit of the eyebrows just like rise up and be like, "Certainly." Gives you a bit of a wink as she grabs the money and pockets it and goes back. Trovis just looking at you all the time. "So, why are you here? Up in Keraconic."
We're looking for the Duragar and my father and Amoa's brother and Rena's sister.
"Yes, hello." "Well, steel trap, I'll remember that.
Great.
Right, Alvide's daughter.
Yes.
That's where we are. At which point you see a stew get slapped down in front of Trovis. Lots of potatoes, some chunks of probably some knucklehead trout.
I'm shocked. They're serving trout here?
Would you like your trout with a side of trout?
Must have
This
been
is-
a hike.
This is killing me because I didn't have a chance to reprep my spells since I didn't get a long rest, so I don't have lesser restoration, so I can't just sober him up. Or I would.
So, you're here looking for a thieving problem, yeah?
Well, yeah. So the Duragar have been they've been looking for something called Chardalin.
Chardalin.
And in fact, I hold up one of the necklaces. It's kind of made of this material.
And you see him really squint his eyes and get up close. His scarf kind of just tracing into his stew a bit.
Also, have you seen these before?
Have I think no, I haven't.
These are necklaces worn by cultists. Black something or other.
Swords.
Black swords. Not to be trusted.
Good to know. Good to know. A lot of dodgy sword hearing about. You know, you come out far away from comfort. People can be more willing to accept less accommodating circumstances.
So how often have the thefts happened?
Well, at which point you see the tall human woman come out. "Well, they've been coming around for, a good about 3 weeks. Pum, 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 pum," as she drops down some bowls of stew and some drinks. "They even stole our lantern. Like, it's just a bit of glass, but it really gives a bit of the charm to this place. I mean, you really can't call it the Northern Light when you don't have your Northern Light. Am I right? Am I right?"
Yes, you're absolutely correct. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Very true. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well,
How is it nightly? Is it every couple of nights or?
I mean, every now and then it just happens, and we're, it just, they took a lantern. They took what else they take? They took some goats.
They took goats.
Yeah, they took
Took
some
one
of the
of our
goats from
sheep.
from Hook, Line, and Sinker on the other side. Just took some of their goats.
It's got to be them. They tried to steal my goats.
Bit of goat teas, are they? That's
They
just
got your goat, Azar.
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh yeah, and they also took what is it? Sack of pearls from the expedition center.
What's the
Pearls.
expedition center?
We're here. Yeah, the expedition center. It's the frozen far expeditions. They're like an outfitter. They make sure you're well equipped to go and seek out what's out there in the good old wastes of Icewind Dale, or if you need to head to Kelvin's Cairn, they are certainly the more able to help you out with all of that. There's Atenas and Jartha. They're a good team. One runs a store, one runs the expedition, helps people go out and expedite.
Right.
So, has anyone caught wind of the thieves? Seen anything? I'm specifically asking the lady.
Unfortunately, no. Our patrol has been a bit soft at times. Hey, I ain't soft. You
That's
see
right.
this armor? King, king, king. Very poof.
Right. Is he still conscious?
All right.
James, is it, I can't remember how long, when we left. Is it still like morning or I forget?
I would say it's about afternoon at this point.
So does anyone want to take a look around the village?
Yeah, I'd like to.
I think doing our own investigation is probably going to yield as much of a result as continuing to chat.
Sorry, what was the lady's name again? Al.
Oh,
Okay.
well, hello, dear. My name is Allie. If my
Allie.
sister ever comes around, she's a bit shorter, a bit more squat. That's Corey.
Sorry, Corey.
Corey. Yes.
So what was the last thing that got stolen?
Unfortunately, the Northern Light of the Northern Light.
Oh. There's
Just-
no witnesses, no footprints, nothing?
I mean, we did see some footprints, but they kind of left. Or how should I say this? Why don't you come with me?
Okay.
And she goes out through the front. Donovan quickly shoves some more food into his bowl. What?
Well, for me.
You all leave Trovis there, and Renner just kind of pushes the bowl away before he walks on behind. But as she leads you around the building, she takes care not to step directly along the side of the building. And you can see some divots that would be footprints. However, some of the snow has filled it in. And as you walk into the back area, you see the similar footprints going off a ways before you notice that eventually the snow just piles up too much and gets lost.
Are we out of town at this point, or are we still in town?
You're a good 100 yards out of town, facing the northern direction.
So it's just kind of heading. So does it look like they're going straight?
Based on
Or are they
these,
kind of like meandering or
those steps appear to be going off northern straight direction before they get cut off by snow.
I mean, we could just go that way for a while. See what we see, or
Look
Or
for
we can
more
hang
before
around.
they pick up somewhere else.
Come on, Jolly. I mean, come on, Jolly.
Gonna like, I don't know, turn to the sled and like, I don't know, whistle or put my arm up to see if Erut will come and just sort of be like, think you could look for some dwarves for me?
footprints maybe. Footprints. Look for footprints.
Animal handling, Elspeth.
Dumb bird keeps following me around. Might as well make himself useful. That is a 17.
17. A route flies off north.
As we travel, do we find anything else? Just more snow.
Investigation check, sure.
Can I help Bazaar with that?
Yeah.
So that is either a 5 or a 14.
Okay, 14. Unfortunately, with the blowing in of snow, the depression has obscured most of the pathway that this character had walked.
I also find that depression obscures things.
Yeah. Moa, you've obviously lived in the snow much longer than us. How long ago do you think that these footprints were made?
Oh, let me look, yeah. I look at it and do one of these like, looking at every corner of it.
Mhm. Roll a survival check.
I'm going to, as you're looking at these, Amoa, I am going to put my hand on your back and cast guidance. So if you want to roll a d4 and add that since you haven't declared yet, feel free. See, if I sneak it in before you say numbers.
His face has declared a roll.
So I was like, I look at the group one more time, knowingly, steely gaze. I don't know. I rolled a 4. That's including the guidance.
Ouch.
Your guess is as good as mine, but it's a nice boot print, I gotta say.
Goodness sake. I'm going to fling my lights to the full extent of their range and just see if I pick up on anything out in the snow.
Mm-hmm. Just you send it out, and the expanse that you kind of do like a perimeter of does not yield anything new.
Well, maybe we could take turns being on watch tonight. And, like, maybe we'll find something or evidence of them.
One of the things. So if these footprints are heading that direction, maybe we do a perimeter around the town and see if we find any other boot prints.
Also, I think it's a very good idea, Donovan, but also, if they stole the lantern, do you think perhaps it could be because they thought the glass itself was Chardlin or something valuable? We could just put it about town that we've just arrived with some Chardlin and see if we can draw them to us.
Not a bad idea. Are you still wearing the Chardlin? Are you still wearing the necklace.
She reaches, Elspeth reaches kind of into the collar of her shirt and just pulls up a little bit of the chain. Doesn't pull it fully out of the shirt, but just kind of indicates, tucked down inside the way I used to wear my holy symbol when I wasn't sure how people felt about Kellamore.
Mhm. Yes. I think both are good options. Anyone want to take a walk with me? Or should we not split up?
Nothing bad has ever happened when we split up before.
That's
I think we
true.
could take a loop around town first.
Maybe, yeah. Do a loop, get something to eat, maybe sleep in a warm bed tonight.
Yeah, some sleep would be good.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go back inside the inn, and I heard if you want to get more food or a bed, that 5 gold will cover it. Kind of gives you a wink, Donovan, and just heads back, a bit of a sway in her step as she walks away.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
I'm not gonna miss you tonight if you're not in bed with us.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. You heard me. Don't try to act foolish.
When was the last time I did something foolish?
Elmo just kind of walks away.
Elspeth watches this whole exchange and kind of like thinks for a second, and suddenly it dawns on her like all of Azar's like behaviors and everybody's comments about Imdra, and has like a sudden like light bulb moment. Just goes, oh, right, okay, perimeter. Yes, we should go do a perimeter check.
But yeah. Are you guys just going all the way around the outer portion of Keraconic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the northern light, you start to head in a northeastern direction, going around this crescent, if you will. And as you go, let's make a group investigation check. Why not? Imdra will also join.
We have D6s. $14.
11.
18.
Oh,
7.
shit. And, Renner rolled crap.
Maybe add a D6 to one of the 11s.
Yeah, if you guys think that's a good idea.
I think so.
Oh. Excuse me.
Well, that's a 12.
That's how it be sometimes. How it be.
That's how it do be.
As you all start to fan around, Amoa, you kind of taking the outer approach. You all start to go around, and eventually, as you go around this crescent along the outside of town, you meet up with the ruins of Keraconic, and you start to walk within the rubble. The walls very much caved in. The damage definitely having been quite some time ago, not recently. And as you all kind of walk through Amoa, your eyes kind of catch a little alcove where 2 pieces of wall have just kind of collapsed inward next to a wall, kind of leaning on top of each other.
The other group, are the other group members close by enough for me to like get their attention?
Oh, you
yeah,
see
right?
them slowly kind of like meandering through.
Hey, everybody, look at this. What do you make of this? And I sort of just call them over as I continue to kind of make my way towards the collapsed area.
And you all kind of watch as Amoa, standing very tall over this little structure, coming up to maybe his mid chest. And Amoa, you kind of look in and around, and you look underneath. Is anyone providing light for Amoa?
Yeah, I'll pop my
Yeah.
dancing lights.
Yeah, just multiple light sources. And within, you do see a small little sack, as well as a bedroll that has been kind of layered here. Some of the snow being pushed up and along the walls.
Do I fit in there or?
You do not fit in there.
Okay. I am gonna cast Mold Earth
Mhm.
in a way that kind of like makes the sort of caterpillars, all that stuff from the back of the little
Mhm.
camp towards the door, the entryway, so I can reach it.
You watch as the earth undulates towards you, and you all kind of see the earth kind of ripple over as this bag and bedroll kind of just like on a wave just comes over to Amoa before stopping next to him.
I reach for it and I hand it over to Donovan.
I suppose this is what I'm good at. I'm gonna start digging through the pack.
You dig through the pack. It is rations, survival rations, hardtack, very dry jerky, some mushrooms, dried, also.
All right. I call that out. Kind of set it down. I'm gonna go inside and look at the alcove, even though does it extend out the back, or is it just?
So it seems like two bits of the wall, or like a corner piece of the wall, is there, and then
Okay.
these two pieces of wall have fallen onto it, giving more of like a tent-like structure.
Gotcha.
You attempt to get in there?
Yeah.
Make me a, I guess, acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Not bad. Not bad at all. 17.
Oh, 17. You do get a little caught on the midsection, this hole seemingly made for much smaller figures, but you're like, "Ugh," as you try and Winnie the Pooh, and unlike Winnie the Pooh, succeed.
Bother.
Oh my gosh.
Some pinching.
But as you sit there, you realize it's a pretty cramped space, and it's like you can lay down here and you can sit up. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything there.
Gonna pick up a handful of snow and just kind of like throw it around like flour.
And you throw it around, and it's like speckles, slightly barren dirt, as if the snow was pushed away to clear away.
All right, I'm back out. So there's no one in here. It's good news, I guess. Shall we fan out from here and see if we can see anything?
Through the ruins.
Maybe around the outside of the ruins.
We should also look for any sort of trapdoors or indications of underground. At Caer, obviously,
Yeah.
they had the cistern below grounds, and we know that most passages to the Underdark come through tunnels, mines, caves, if the Duergar are actually going back and forth between the planes.
Yeah.
Cool. One more group investigation check, please.
Nat 20. Nat 20. For a total of 28.
15.
13.
Okay. Renner and Indra were much greater help this time around. As you investigate in and around the Caer, knowing Caer Denival and searching for familiar signs, you do find at one point a trapdoor.
Donovan does.
Is it?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, Donovan.
All right, I'll call it. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Try and call everybody over.
Is this a new thing that we're doing? Did you all come up with this while I was down with Cadroth or something? Did I miss something?
Somebody's just trying to be an echo.
Yeah, you know what?
Nobody hears an echo night though. That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. What did you find, Donovan?
I found. I found a trapdoor.
Oh, excellent. Shall we open it?
Let me check it for traps.
Oh, good call.
Investigation.
Oof.
I will give you guidance.
I'll take guidance.
It's a cantrip. Have some guidance.
Cool.
14.
14. Does not appear to be trapped.
Not trapped. I'm gonna try and open it.
You try and open it, and it opens. As whizzing by your head, a crossbow bolt just go.
Immediately turn and throw my lights in the direction that the crossbow bolt came from.
Shoom. And there before you, you see a dark passageway, whereas Caer Denival had a bit of a ladder. This one has more stairs going down.
Stairs down. It was trapped, which means somebody is down there. Also, it was trapped.
I did
I knew
notice
that.
that.
I knew that.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Do we
Yep.
see it like a crossbow trap, or is it like
With Elspeth's light, you can see on the ceiling portion, kind of mounted upwards and then pointed up, slightly skewed to the left, as opposed to straight down shot, is the crossbow bolt mechanism.
Right. Well, let's go.
Go.
Let's go down.
Mm-hmm. As you all descend, the scent of must just kind of wafts upwards. And for those who are allergic to pollen and mold, your nose starts to twitch a bit as you get that familiar sense of something your nose should not be smelling going up into your nose, and you're trying to hold it in as you go down.
Does it seem like dangerous spores?
Dangerous, of course, no. Just your nose is twitchy.
Okay, great. Great.
As you descend and make it to the bottom floor, Elspeth's, your light just illuminates a pantry.
a
Okay.
pantry? You said?
A pantry.
Leading out of
Is
this
it-
pantry?
Sorry, sir?
Are there any other doors leading out of this pantry?
No.
Like, just look around. It's like, they said a trap for this. I'm gonna look
Probably
around
not.
if there's anything of value down here.
Does any of the food down here, or barrels, boxes, anything? Does anything seem to have like edible food remaining in it, even in the loosest sense of that term?
Mm-hmm. As you start to walk around, looking through bags and barrels, If you were desperate, you could eat it. Very desperate.
Given the how long have the ruins been ruins? I mean, is it decades? Is it?
I guess another investigation check or history check from you, Donovan.
You know what? I'd rather investigate for a hidden doorway then.
Can I take the history check?
Sure.
I would like to see if there's anything of value down here worth making a trap that might kill someone for.
Yeah, investigation as well from you, Azar.
What do you think?
18 history.
18. I would say as you're walking about like on the upper levels and you're looking at the wear of the stone and the way it has been displaced and how displaced and dispersed, how wide it is, and some of the rock being embedded in the ground itself. It's been a few decades. Azar, what'd you roll? A 4. You just open up sack after sack of mold caked grains that when you open, they just kind of give up.
My favorite sound in movies.
I guess they really like old food. Willing to kill over it.
Maybe there's something else here. Passageway hidden behind a shelf or under a box.
So definitely investigate, search, look behind shelves,
Sure. Go
pull
ahead.
any books that are out there.
No book. It's a pantry.
You might have
Go ahead.
cookbooks.
Yeah, I have cookbook in pantries.
Boxes of cereal that kind of pull out.
With a prize inside.
Say, the prize is death.
Oh, do I need to roll? 23.
You shift around shelf after shelf, looking behind packaging and barrels and underneath one barrel. You move it over and you see a slab of cobblestone earth or stone that has a bit of a clear lack of mortaring around it.
Let me check it for traps. See if there's
Investigation
any
check.
sort of wire or thing. That's better. 27.
27. As you run, you have thieves tools, right?
Yes. I'm sorry. 28.
28.
If I'm using thieves tools.
You run one of the hooks along the seam that is exposed, and you find yourself catching a little bit on something.
So now it's another roll to disarm it.
Sleight of hand. Or thieves tools.
Or thieves tools. Thieves tools.
Guidance.
22.
As that hook lands in, you take a secondary implementation and find the hook that was holding the tension, and you just kind of peel that back and you nod to whoever's closest to you to just lift the stone.
Moa,
I mean,
Azar,
yeah.
anyone?
Azar just goes in and just pulls it off. And there you see this mechanism that you re-hook back on and maintaining the tension. And you see underneath this wire a fat leather. There we go. That's the word. Leather pouch that is underneath.
Wait, sorry, describe that again. It's underneath the
Underneath
mechanism.
Yeah, underneath the little tripwire, you see a pouch, and the mechanism, as your eye follows it, leads over to a small little capsule.
Mm.
Back up a little bit. I'm gonna mage hand and grab it, pull it out.
Mhm. And arcane trickster, so it's invisible, yes?
Yes.
So you all just kind of watch as Donovan traces some arcane runes in the air, and nothing emerges, but as the hand goes underneath and pulls out, you have a floating leather sack.
Float it over to me, and then open it up with my face right into it. Just 'cause,
Yeah.
Classic.
Can you roll me a D100?
Whoa.
Oh.
Not ready for that.
It'd be an uppercut from a different planet realm or something. Wah!
You released whoever they shoved in the bag of holding. God damn it.
55.
Fine. Cool. Inside this sack, you see a small stone about the size of your palm.
Does it look sharded like?
It does not.
Okay then. Well, hey everybody, look at this.
And as you pull it out, you can see arcane runes on the stone. And as you investigate it more, you, having studied the arcane, realize that it contains a spell.
Oh, whew. And hopefully that spell is not explosive runes.
Well, someone went to a great deal of effort to conceal that.
Yeah, do we want to spend 10 minutes right now to see what it is, or should we wait till later?
Let's take it with us.
Okay. Drop it back in the pouch and kind of hide it in my pack.
I will help somebody like reset the stone in the barrel to kind of hide any evidence of us having found that.
Reset the trap.
Yeah. Shall we continue our loop? I think Rena's probably up above, kicking snow, impatiently waiting for us.
He's probably all just berating someone as we wait.
Or maybe he's taking a nap with the deer. He doesn't like anybody to know, but I think he's very fond of her.
Very fond of her.
You heard what I said.
Oh my god. Okay.
Keep it coming.
Let's-
Keep that coming.
let's do a trip around the outside of these ruins.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do another trip around the ruins and around Keraconic, one more group investigation check.
19. That is a total of 27. 27. The investigation 27.
Okay.
I'm back to an 11.
5.
6.
Hey, high five, Azar.
As you all take this time to acquaint yourself with the exterior of the Caer and Keraconic, this town, you find nothing.
All right.
They
Back to
actually
the inn.
have rooms back at the inn waiting for us. All of our beds might not be empty, but there will be rooms. Wink at Donovan.
Why would we sleep in beds that already have someone in them?
I can think of a few reasons.
Well, lack of beds, yeah.
You'll see Donovan. And then I'm like, Omoa sort of catches himself. Okay, maybe later I'll tell you.
Yes, I'm 60 years old. I know.
You know.
Anywho,
Elspeth, with your passive insight, you know that's a bold-faced lie of being 60.
Oh, I know.
Half elf.
Yeah, no, Elspeth just kind of looks at him.
Oh,
'cause
right, half elf.
They've had the half elf conversation too, and so she's
Right.
just like, right. Shall we go back to the inn and make a point of talking loudly about
All this Chardonnay.
our wares of Chardonnay? Yes,
if you want
Probably
news
the
to spread,
entire-
you should go to the tavern.
that is a good point.
There's a lot more people there.
Let's swing by for a drink.
You all head over to the hook, line, and sinker. And there, as the warm interior greets you, you see that table with ale on the side.
Like
Just sitting
just
there.
ale.
Yeah, just nice rows of ale just on this table on the outside of the hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. Okay.
Sort of a serve yourself situation? Or do you think everyone just abruptly got up and left?
You hear noise from within, lots of talking.
I'll go peek inside.
Like poke it where the chairs where the ale are, makes there's no invisible door guard there.
Azar investigation and Elspeth, as you look inside, compared to quite a bit of the other parts of 10 Towns, when you see the exterior, you just see people in snow goggles and hoods, hats bundled up. But here, like a ski lodge, you see all the folks with their layers peeled off and just enjoying their time together. They notice you and they're like, "Hey!"
Oh, friends. Sorry, new in town, just getting the lay of the land.
Hey, everybody, this is Alvida's daughter. You bring her in. And then you see like 3 more people just kind of surround you.
Oh, God.
And one of them grabs a tankard from the outside table and places it in your hand and just guides you in.
Thank you so much. I will.
We're gonna get wasted.
You can try. I am my father's daughter, after all.
Challenge accepted.
Wonderful. I will sit down and start drinking.
Omoa sort of. Well, we're all in, right?
Azar, what did you roll for investigation?
Doesn't matter.
You do not find any invisible Duragar, though you do see a seat next to the table empty.
I see a seat. You said?
Yes, a seat next to the table on the outside, empty, just kind of gathering snow.
I'll leave it. Maybe I'll remember on the way out to see if the snow is still there. Maybe not.
Okay. Azar, you head in. Do you grab a tankard from outside?
No, I'll leave it because I don't know why there's tankards sitting outside. So I'll just leave them there and go on in.
Donovan, Omoa?
It looks suspicious to me for sure. So gonna leave it.
I grab one.
You grab one and you head on in as you all go in to the hook, line, and sinker. And that's where we're going to take our break, folks. We'll see you all real quick afterwards. Quick 7 to 10.
And don't forget, we still have a giveaway today. We'll do it after the break in a little bit.
Cool.
So stick around after the break. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do it now? That sounds way better.
right now. As Thomas sets that up, get those fingers going. Don't type it in quite yet, but get that hashtag chaos ready.
We are ready.
Hit that enter button, hashtag chaos. Enter only once or you will be disqualified. We'll get you a Nord Games deck of your choice. And if you are in the US, we can get you a physical copy. If you are elsewhere in this wide world, we can get you a PDF. So yeah, type that into the chat right now and we will see you all with the winner very soon. Goodbye. Where are we again? Hey, welcome back.
We're getting drunk.
Getting drunk. Yeah. So as you can see, we didn't draw a winner because, well, we didn't want to quite yet. So we're going to hold on. Everybody who's already entered will stay. And the next time we have a raid, we'll call those people to enter. And then we'll draw it. If I understand correctly, Thomas, yes?
Yes, that sounds correct in a strange accent.
Yeah. Or the end of the show, whichever comes first.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as you all watch Elspeth get drawn in, you, Azar, or Donovan, Azar, and Renner kind of walk in, and then Amoa following after with a tankard in hand. You all watch as two folks just seat down Elspeth across from Trovis, who's just like got an entourage behind him, and he's like, all right, sir, Alvide's daughter, you claim to be part of his lineage. Can you show us if you are part of that lineage?
I feel like I'm perhaps missing something. Is there supposed to be some sort of birthmark that he hasn't told me about? Or
She's a jokester just like him. Good start. But let's see if you have that gut quite like your father.
Oh, you're talking about the drinking thing. Right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Tap the mug on the table. Toss back the whole thing, going for like the one chug.
What'd you roll?
What am I rolling under?
Constitution. For sure.
Con save? Save or check? I guess I should ask.
Con check.
Check. Okay. I don't. Oh, my modifier is the same, so it doesn't matter. Either way, I got a 21.
21. Nice.
Finally, a good roll for my day.
You both slam it back, and you slam the tankers on the table. And he's like, not bad. But anyone can get one mug down and feel pretty all right. Let's see if you can do a second one. And then
All
two
right.
more tankards arrive in front of you.
Oh God. Elspeth had no sleep last night. We've been walking all day, and now we're doing the drinking contest. This is gonna get hilarious.
While
Okay.
they were drinking, could I try to figure out where the drinks are coming from? Like, are they just taking them off, or they have like some set aside that they're serving?
You do see that there are some set aside, but there is the barkeep who is at the current moment just like.
I would like to grab an ale,
Mhm.
prestidigitate it to make it taste like that horrible pine bark tea, and then try to get that to him.
Okay. Slide a hand. See if you
Oh
can
my
get it in the
gosh.
shuffle.
Yay. Okay, that's actually good. I get a 21 sleight of hand. I finally rolled something over a 10.
Yeah,
Woo!
you were saving it for that moment.
It's
So
always for
you're-
the shenanigans.
You take one of the tankards and you just kind of take it in your hand and do a little prestidige. And as you do that, you just find a moment as people are just like watching these two just guzzle down, just slide it into the shuffle. What did you roll, Elspeth?
That was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You both slam it back and at the same time just smack it once more down on the table. And he's like, yeah, I can see it in you. But that Alvide gut in your belly. But I can see. We're getting somewhere with this. All right, another round. And as two more get slid over to you both, Azar, you watch as the prestidigitated one just kind of gets slid over towards, Trovis.
That's right.
All right. Starting to weigh on you a bit more. All right. What'd you roll, Elspeth?
Another 21. I hope
Another
we don't get,
21.
I hope we don't get into combat because I'm burning all my good rolls on impressing these washed up adventurers right now.
This is combat. You got to win this one.
As you slam it back, just clear channel from mug down to stomach. You just boom. You see Trovish give a little bit of. That was.
You know, Travis, my father might have given me his gut, but he also gave me his sense of knowing when to call it quits. So perhaps we should
And you sound just like him.
All I can picture is the frickin' snuggly duckling from Tangled who just got like Princess Elspeth in the middle of all of these crazy drunk people. Like, okay, here we go.
And they're like, yeah! Dum, 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 dum. You just see as two more get slid over towards you. You can see him being a little burping at the moment, just like, all right. And you can hear him starting to grunt and chant, and then you just hear the sound of tankards and boots just going, toom, 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 toom. 3, 2, 1, boom. What'd you roll?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Straight back down into the gullet. You, no doubt about it, you are drunk at this point.
Oh yeah, she feels it and she hates it.
But even with the room starting to split in two and you see 3 Trovises just going down, you just guzzle it back and you're just like, Meanwhile, you can see the 3 Trovises just like struggling with that 4th tankard. And he's like, as he spews all over the floor, and the people next to him are like, oh, and the rest are like that are behind you are like, yeah.
Oh, as soon as he pukes, I will like basically stand up on my chair and just do an incredibly elaborate bow of like, are you entertained?
At which point there is uproars from the crowd, just as more of them start to pound back. What's Mo and Donovan doing at the moment?
Donovan has attempted to cast the identify spell like 4 times now, and it's just like every time he gets almost finished, it's like
I'm off to the side and I'm like double fisting mugs. I'm not drinking any of them though, except the one that I initially picked up. So I'm holding 3 for Elspeth because I'm right next to her going, oh, you know, I'm just like, here's the next one.
Mm-hmm. And it's this symphony of shouts starts to die down. You see all of the regulars of this tavern just be like patting you on this shoulder, Elspeth, and they're like, hey, that was some good drinking right there. You know, just don't you know, maybe yeah, you know, yeah. And then 2 people, a man and a woman, grab this guy. He's like, okay, come on, Richard. Yeah, no, you can't. Wow.
Not the first time I've heard that this week, surprisingly enough.
That guy was a dick.
Yeah, he's well, it's been lovely meeting all of you, but you know, we do have many things to get up to. We're trying to hunt down the Durgar. I'm looking for my father. We've got all this Shardlin that we need to be offloading from our last visit, and so I really do think I'm going to have to excuse myself fairly soon here and try to continue on with business, making a very big point of talking very loudly about all of this.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like you can hear Trovis like in the spew just be like,
Yes, I believe we have established Alvide Lindqvist, my father, famous adventurer. Maybe some of you have seen him sometime in the last 6 to 12 months. Anyone?
and you see the barkeep over there being like, oh yeah, it's on.
You did?
Yeah.
When? And where? He was here?
Yeah, he was right here.
I know time is sort of a construct at this point that doesn't really have any essence or meaning because of the eternal night, but any estimation of when?
Yeah. Oh gosh. That was
I will walk over to the bar, lean over. It's not as graceful as it could be because I am definitely a little. I don't. She's not full unsteady. She does know how to drink. Like we were not a dry convent.
But also four ales of a solid tankard.
Yeah, I mean her physical stats are close to mine, so she's probably like a little unsteady, whatever. But I'm just going to like the full like heavy lean against the bar. Hand on the arm with a gold piece kind of palmed in it. Just be like, when was it exactly that you saw him?
Yeah. And kind of just slides it over. Oh, that was about my mind is as sharp as it used to be. I mean, I am only 60. And you do see a half elf with sandy hair, red shirt, kind of rolled up to the elbows. You know, I was 60 and just gotta jog the memory bin. Taking the coin, just like bops it on his head a couple times. It's like, yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he and Trovis were deep in the drink. You know what I mean? Remembering the old days.
Weeks?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago, he was here in this bar.
Yeah,
For how long?
a day.
Did he say where he was going?
Seeing the world. You know, as adventurers do.
Yes, as adventurers do. I need to go to bed.
Well,
We'll see you later. Instantly just like turn and head for the door.
a bit of a sway going to the door. You four watch as Elspeth
Beeline catch against the door frame.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan's quick to get up to follow.
I sort of stay behind and look at the mugs like, and I just start like making my way through each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody outside the bar now? When
you do see a couple of the people, having seen the festivities are kind of over, just meandering back to their homes.
Got it. I think I get outside and like just lean against the wall to get my bearings.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as Donovan pops out, I'm just gonna look at him and be like, he was supposed to come back last summer, and I left when the summer passed, and he didn't come back. If he was here 2 weeks ago, why wouldn't he have come back? What's going on?
What do you mean weeks ago?
That's what the bartender said. I mean, I don't know that I can trust anybody in this place to remember anything, but he said he was here talking to Trovis just weeks ago.
Why didn't Trovis say that? Trovis is like, I haven't seen him for years.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. I think we need some sleep.
Yes, I think
Donovan kind of goes back in and is just like, hey, if anybody's missing anything in the morning, report back here. And that's it. And then turns back and walks out.
Azar is just going to stay back with the moa till he's done, and then move.
Who's on his last one? Oh, set it down. Notices Azar. You want to drink too?
No.
Okay. All two next. Oh.
And as you're getting up and ready to go, you watch as the proprietor just kind of catches you before you leave. It's like, hey, yeah, buddy, that'll be 5 silver.
Oh, okay. Oh, and finds his pocket. Here you go. Hands 5 silver over.
Cha-ching. Thank you very much. Come back to the hook, line, and sinker anytime.
And I want to check that chair outside when we leave, see if the snow is still in it.
Yeah. You go outside as you watch Elspeth, Donovan, and Imdra slowly making their way across the square towards the northern light. And you look at that chair. And there's still snow in it. But the chair is still there. The snow is still there as you stare at this chair. The chair just being there.
Okay. Oh well. Come on, boy.
Oh no, that chair's real sketchy.
Amoa, you look back.
Firebolt.
Amoa, you look back and you see a chair filled with snow.
What are you looking at, Azar?
Chair with snow on it. Don't you see it?
Yeah. I
There's a
go
chair
over.
with snow on it.
I walk over to it.
It's weird.
I walk over to it and I just do one of these. Just push all the snow off.
You push all the snow off, and there before you, standing on 4 legs, is a chair without any snow.
Very good, Amoa. Come on.
I tip the chair over. That way, no more snow on the chair.
You try to tip this chair over, and the chair tips over.
Just clap to himself. Okay, too bad.
Damn it.
As you 5 and Imdra return back to the northern light, I would say currently you each have a room to yourself with that 5 gold. If you so choose to take all 5 rooms to yourself.
I think we should double up just for safety.
Probably a good idea.
I bunk with Azar.
Runner, you and I.
I was going to.
Yeah, Elspeth and Runner both look like we would.
I guess, Donovan, we haven't had the pleasure of bunking together.
You guys are gonna spend all night just snipping at each other. It's gonna be great.
By the way, do you think they have any raw fish? It has been a minute, and that stew was fine.
Oh, you go get some yourself. They'll give it to you.
Okay, just wanted to see if another land dweller would know quite the customs up here, but
you go to the bartender and you say, I would like some raw fish.
ah, yes.
Cut into squares.
Ah, that I can do.
Sideways at the room, staring.
Donovan starts. He's going to start the alarm ritual first in the room. And then probably by the time he's finished, hopefully Renner is back. And then he's going to start the identify ritual.
As you do that, Renner comes up with a bit of seawater to drink and a plate of raw fish. As you cast identify on this stone. And this stone, with the runes on it, seems to be a very old version of a spell scroll.
Oh, okay.
And as you study it and you learn more about it, it can cast the spell Haste.
Okay. Good to know. Tuck it away.
You set it up and you get ready for bed. Amoa and Azar, what you up to?
Usual traps everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Windows secured. Perhaps
Bear trap at the front.
I can't recall if this is the first time I've ever witnessed this.
No, in
It's not, right? Yeah, okay, I didn't think so.
Haven, the three of us shared one room.
Right. Although, would you like some help?
Oh no, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Oh. I feel so safe around you, Azar.
Well, thank you. That's very nice.
Since day one, I felt so safe around you.
That's very nice. And I'll like hop up on the bed, I'll pat him on the head, I'll like lay him down and put a blanket over him. That's very nice of
He's sort of like drifting off. He goes, I remember Azar in the singing trout. Oh, good memories. And just sort of softly drifts off.
my sweet giant boy.
Anything else, Azar?
Other than setting her traps up for a while, I think she'll get up early, as is her wont. Now you only need 6 hours, then get up for light activity, which will be going over to awaken Donovan for their morning yoga class.
That's right. Good to know. Meanwhile, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that morning yoga in a second. But Elspeth and Imdra, you find yourselves in a room together. What does Elspeth do?
Panics. I think Elspeth sort of, after Donovan kind of smooth moves the sleeping arrangements, she kind of heads into the room. And do these have windows?
Yes, each room has a back window, 2 beds, standard little drawer. It's a nice inn.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like roll over, like crack the window open, because she's not bothered by the cold currently, but the fresh air is probably helpful. And I think it's just initially it's the like leaning very heavily against the window frame, sort of catching her breath and trying to process the information that she just got. While she sort of, I think it probably had a little bit of a sobering effect, but she's clearly not sober. And so I think it's just a good long chunk of that, and then finally kind of turning back around and sort of remembering that Imdra is also there, and just be like, I'm so sorry. That's not like me.
No, I understand. At this point, she has doffed her armor and placed it off to the side, wearing some simple clothing. Just at this point kind of just slowly undoing her standard braid that just she kind of runs her fingers through to let out.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll drop my cloak off.
I mean, it was your quest to find your father, and to know that he was very near is must be a lot on the mind.
Yes, he must be doing something, right? Something that kept him from coming back.
I would hope so. Yes.
Because why else would he still be here?
Did you mention to Indra that he was imprisoned?
I don't think I've told her about that
Okay.
yet. I don't remember that we did. That's come up since she's been here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, and this would probably be the point when I would tell her and just be like, we were in the forest. We followed a psychotic druid and an evil moose, and it was a whole thing. But there was this mirror, and we all tried to have visions. I don't know if anybody else succeeded, but I saw my father imprisoned. I think I saw Macretus, or rather I didn't see him, and at the time I thought it just didn't work, but I think maybe it did after what happened at the Black Cabin, and I saw you, and
that was a lot. What do you mean by you saw me?
I was testing to see if it would work, and you sort of think about who you're looking for, like a sort of scrying spell, and you were the first person I thought of, and I saw you asleep at your desk in East Haven.
And you can see her just grab some of her hair, the sandy blonde hair, and just kind of just grab it a little bit. Just that's interesting.
Yeah,
catches herself.
I'm sorry. I know it's rather impolite to use that sort of magic on other people.
No. I mean, it was wasn't expecting it, so no. I mean, it's fine.
Good. I'm glad it's fine. I'm very glad you're here with us.
I am glad to be here with you all as well.
Yes, you and Azar were quite impressive with those guards down in the cistern. I'm sorry I put you in that position. I was trying to, I thought I could maybe get information, and I'm clearly very bad at this. I'm not very good at anything. I'm kind of surprised that they still drag me along with how much trouble I've caused in the last few weeks, but...
No, it's I mean, you're quite capable on your own. I hope I don't make you feel like you are incapable. I just
No, you're very good at what you do. I see why they made you captain.
Thank you.
I should get some sleep.
Yes.
Get rid of it. I'm going to have a rollicking headache in the morning.
I'm sure. Yeah, for that was quite impressive, certainly.
Not my best skill, but I guess it's a good party trick on occasion.
I would not have known.
Yes, well, I didn't inherit much from my father, at least as far as looks go, so I guess it's all just stories and the ability to drink like a sailor.
Well, if you didn't inherit your father's looks, you certainly inherited your mother's.
I guess. I don't know. Don't know anything about her. Other than the obvious, I guess.
Yes, I mean, yeah. If you are any indication, she must have been a very inquisitive and intelligent and beautiful woman. Oh, I'm. Let me. I heard of this great hangover cure that back in East Haven, some like chilies and stuff. I'll see if they have any downstairs. I will go check that out. And
before she goes, Elspeth is just going to kind of like actually grab her sleeve and stop her and just kind of like, I don't. Once I get some sleep, I can take care of it myself. I'd rather if you just stayed.
Persuasion check.
Those shitty charisma rolls. Let's go.
Performance check.
Well, that's a 6.
6. So you grab her sleeve and there's that momentary pause. And she looks at you and is like, I will only be gone a brief moment and I will be back soon.
Like let go of the sleeve, sort of back off.
But yeah, I'll be back. Just kind of lingers a bit before going to the door and
flop back on the bed and start kind of peeling off some of the layers, because at this point, between being drunk, the amulet, all of that stuff, very warm.
Mm-hmm. And do you eventually find sleep?
Just gonna try.
Gonna try? Okay.
I don't know, James. Do I sleep tonight?
But yeah, you do, as you close your eyes, you do hear the door open once more and close very softly. You hear a glass just land on the tabletop near you. And you hear a bit of rustling as you can assume that Imdra has gone into the other bed. And slowly, darkness and the dampening of sound just washes over you. And you find yourself in a familiar, dark place. A strange, dark place, because the features of the pillars, the door, stand illuminated as if you're in light, but darkness everywhere else. And the familiar golden doors just stand before you.
Less hesitation than previous times. Just walk right up and push right in.
Boom! And there you see familiar pillars aligning the way up to a platform. And where usually you see a cloaked figure stooped over a desk writing, scales off to the side, you just see a large frozen monument standing up above.
Walk up to it. Just very kind of deliberate beeline. Walk up. Just kind of look. So what do you want?
And the sounds, starting off as a whisper, just What do I want? That is a great question.
It's nice of you at least to come down and talk. Nobody else has so far.
I find the gods to be fickle when their attention spread. They don't give the same attention that, or guidance that their followers need.
But you do?
I try.
Hmm.
You've met one of my children.
Yes, she's a raging bitch.
I wouldn't say so. She's a bit high-spirited, very driven.
Hmm.
And you, linguist, what drives you?
I'm tired of secrets.
Hmm.
I thought my father told me everything. Turns out he told me very little. I'm tired of everyone around here acting like they know what's going on when none of them can tell us anything. We don't even know what time of day it is. I like knowledge, information, always have.
Interesting. So do you find the prospect of my other child looking for this Netherese city, do you find that intoxicating?
Not big on intoxication at the moment, but it is intriguing, to say the least. I'm a little perturbed that she took my things in order to do it.
True. True. I mean, with that book, you could have gone 5 steps ahead of her. But it seems now, with the state at which she's going, she will be 10 steps ahead of you. If Yethrin is what you seek. But what do you seek, linguist? Knowledge is obtuse. Anyone can say they wish for knowledge, but what exactly are you looking for?
People have a tendency to underestimate me.
I know a bit of that feeling.
I'd like to be able to prove that I can take care of myself. I want to find my father so I can get some answers from him. I want to find my mother, find out who she is and why I've never known her.
All very, very good questions to be asking. And should you choose, I'd be happy to provide some guidance.
My father used to hunt down people like your children and kill them. I imagine he still does.
Yes. I hear the other devils are having a bit of a fit whenever they hear the word linguist. And yet here I have one in my midst.
And still you make this offer to me.
Because I believe you to be a more discerning person than him.
Well, I shall take your offer under advisement, sir.
Very well. I look forward to this mentorship. Now, my first appearance gave you a bit of a fright, and, well, we don't want you to go 2 nights without rest. Go, my child, and sleep for a moment. Think about the offer. I know these meetings can be a bit sudden.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Certainly. And you feel just like this bit of a push back on your forehead as you just fall back off of this platform almost and into the darkness. And for all of you, daytime eventually arrives with the sun once again not rising. But you find yourselves waking up one by one in the northern light.
Oh, it's Nazar, no. Says,
And Renner's like, what is going on? Donovan, there's noise. Donovan.
Oh, we're gonna be doing yoga in here. And I open the door and go, come on in, Zara, let's do yoga in here. You're on mute.
You just immediately cast light. Like, all right.
Oh God, why?
And then I was like, what was that one stretch? It was like downward, whatever. I would stick my butt in Renner's face. Just like kind of stretch.
Okay. I don't know what this yoga is, but if I know anything about Azar and I know anything about Donovan, you're probably not doing it right.
Like, no, like this. And somehow your left foot ends up behind your head.
Roll an acrobatics check, Donovan.
Not performance?
Good thing I'm proficient. I might want to use inspiration on this. No, acrobatics is 12.
12. He goes about as far as you would have expected, Azar, just like stopping like right below the ribs as you try and like get his foot any higher.
You stop and wait. By gentle, continuous pressure, as you feel the muscles begin to stretch, and then you hold it and you let go. It's like, we'll work on that.
Just like my T-band.
Now the other side.
Whoa.
Meanwhile,
It sounds like I'm being tortured.
Yeah.
And
Renner
you're
is watching and
looking on how limber you
yeah, just getting him limber. Renner is just doing like the paint me like one of your French women kind of pose naked, just like watching in curiosity. Is like, fascinating. You four on the opposite, or no, not you four. Zara's already moved over. 3 hear the groans of Donovan as he is being stretched out.
Just wake up and go, oh God, is someone dying? It's like 3 a.m., isn't it? Totally not aware.
At which point you actually see over on the opposite end, Imdra already putting on her armor. It's probably around 6 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well, that at least makes more. What is that awful noise? What are they? Are they killing Donovan? What did he do?
I mean, it sounds like it, but how did you sleep?
Well, I did. That's something.
That's a start.
Do you have? I know full elves don't really necessarily dream because they only trance, but I've been having a lot of recurring dreams. Do you ever get anything like that?
And you can see her shift a bit. Recurring dreams, sometimes, one time I was just, what was it? I saw a duck being walked by a dwarf, and I thought that was very curious. And I had that a couple of times. Maybe because the imagery was so fascinating, it just replayed again when I slept.
All right. Yes, something like that. I think mine are a lot more unsettling, but I suppose that just goes with my entire brand at this point.
Yeah, well,
Do you want some help with the straps?
oh, sure.
I know you're quite capable of doing it yourself, but
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Sometimes the back straps can be a little hard to reach, even after having done it for many years.
Yeah, we'll get up. I will say that because I dressed down for bed, that when I get out of bed, she probably can see the amulet because I am still wearing it.
Keepsake for victory, or
Yeah, something like that. You know, my symbol of Kellenfor was destroyed in the Black Cabin, and it feels rather naked without something.
No, understood. It works with your color scheme.
There's that, I guess. Donovan's got several more. They do help take the chill off if you ever find yourself having trouble with that.
Good to know. As you are tying her up and you
No, oh, sorry, that was probably too. Let me just doing the awkward, like, oh crap, I have to keep making contact to get my hand around to like adjust the thing.
I left you a bit of the hangover drink when you are ready.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah. So knotted in good.
Yes, yes, everything looks quite all right. It's very suits you very well.
Thank you. As she puts on the final thing, which is a emerald green half cape, just snaps it on and looks at you. It's like,
perfect.
Perfect. Well, I will head downstairs and I will see you all with breakfast.
I'll be down shortly. Yes. As soon as she's gone, chug the hangover drink, quickly get dressed, roll by, listen at Donovan and Renner's door to figure out if anybody is actually dying.
Oh god, I think it's broken.
Donovan, do you need assistance?
No,
Yeah.
I got it. Man.
Oh, it's all you're wonderful. I'll go get a mower. We'll see you at breakfast. Go knock on a mower's door.
I guess the first thing I hear. Am I already up? I guess I'm.
I mean, if you wish to be.
I think for a brief moment I heard Donovan and I sort of just chuckle like, oh, good times. And then I hear the knock. Oh, yes.
I'm going down to get breakfast with Imdra. If you want to join us.
Oh, quality time with Imdra.
What?
I said quality time with Imdra.
No, I heard you. I don't understand what you mean.
Okay. Well, I'll be downstairs when I'm downstairs. And I just kind of like take the covers and like, yeah.
Right, everyone's napping and doing strange. I'm not gonna ask. Renna's probably not even dressed yet. I will head downstairs.
Does he ever need to get dressed?
Only because I keep making him.
That's true.
But yeah, Elspeth, you join Indra downstairs for some breakfast. It's a nice little hatch that's being made with a little side bit of last night's stew. The others eventually join you downstairs. Amoa having to navigate Azar's maze of traps.
I'm sorry, they put it away.
I grabbed my stuff.
Oh, you did? Okay, you would have gotten
Pack my stuff in my lap.
At which point, Amoa, you hear all the tinkering as the bear trap is being like reclamped back down so that it can fit in a bag without snapping on somebody. All of the bells and the whistles just like ching, 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 ding, ding, ding.
I shoot out of bed, and give Azar a knowing look. Like, And with the whatever blanket was there, I just kind of wrap it around me like a cape and make my way down.
Mm-hmm. And these beds, not necessarily made for Goliath, kind of cuts off right around the kneecaps.
Yes, kneecaps.
Down the kneecaps. Scandalous. At which point, all 6 of you find yourselves on the bottom floor with Ali placing out food for you all.
How did everyone sleep? Elspeth, you look more rested.
Yes, I'm feeling much better. I mean, my head's going to be throbbing for another couple of hours, I imagine, but you know, I suppose we've built rapport with the locals at least.
So, you know, eggs are great for a hangover. I wonder if they have any here. They must have chickens here.
The omega-3s in the fish should be fine. You know, greasy hangover food, something like that. Imdra came up with this wonderful beverage, something that seems to be taking the edge off. So,
Did you make enough for the rest of the party, Imdra?
Oh, I can ask. Ali, would you mind making that drink request again for Amoa here? Certainly. Well, certainly. It's a little bit weird. That's why we add the honey just to take off a little of the edge. Certainly. Understood.
what exactly did I just drink?
Well, as you mentioned with the omega-3, we make sure we do a bit of fish oil, some peppers just to reignite the brain, and
Oh no, I got that.
just a splash of whiskey just to like reintroduce some of that into the system, so it's not just from 0 to sobriety, it's a little step up.
Yeah,
And
well,
then if they have eggs, you know, we asked for a little bit of egg whites to be put within, but if not, we just, you know, throw a little more oil and then honey to make sure that it tastes decent.
right, okay. Just making sure. We've come across some very strange things in our travels, and I just realized I should make sure I didn't accidentally commit cannibalism or something equally dreadful.
Do not worry. When we engage in cannibalism, I will ask if you are ready to participate.
Wonderful, thank you. Just like the heads up, that's all.
Oh, yeah, heads up. Well, where is that food? At which point the food begins to arrive, as does your drink, Amoa. And you are all eating and enjoying one's company.
Yes. So,
we got to work on your balance. Okay. How long can you do a handstand?
Well, I'm vertical somewhere in between the front and the back.
I'll help.
How can you do a handstand, Azar? I don't think I've ever... I mean, I know you can do them, but I don't think I've ever seen you.
Oh, very easy. And just like handstand up and then push up onto the fingers and then tilt over so it's only one hand and then start removing the fingers until there's only one finger touching the ground.
Oh. And you breathe fire. You are very impressive, Azar.
I'm gonna mage hand over some
And you're like, yeah.
some salt from another table. See?
Salt, perfect. Oh, Renner, I asked for raw fish for you. It should be coming shortly.
Thank you, Lady Elspeth. You understand.
I do, Renner. So, has anybody heard any reports of thievery in the night? I'm afraid I slept rather solidly, so nothing woke me up, which I guess is a good thing.
Should I go look?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should ask Allie. Maybe at the hook, line, and sinker. Maybe somebody reported back. They might not be up yet if they were over there. Maybe we should do another trip around the town.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
As you all finish up your meals and begin to re-equip your cold weather gear, you step outside and quite quickly you see along the footpath that Ali took you last night, similar footsteps going around the inn.
They go from the front door out to where we sort of tracked. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So they came back here or they passed by?
They came to here and then went around the building.
Okay.
Around the building.
Follow them back.
Yeah.
You go around the building.
Probably left already, so.
Tracks are fresh, we can follow.
You go around the building and you see the footsteps as you follow. And below Elspeth's and Indra's window, you see just like a lot of footsteps and what appears to be as if someone was like jumping up and down.
Hate that.
But after no attempts were made on the window, you see the footsteps going back in that northern direction that Ali took you on the night prior.
I want to look up to the sky and kind of do a scan and whistle and see if a route is nearby. Hello, darling. Did you find anything for me? Jerky from the pocket.
As it points in that northern direction.
Shall we go for a walk?
Maybe we should get the dogs and the sled.
Good idea.
Wrap up here.
You grab your things, load up Seven and Jolly with the sled, and start to walk. As excuse me. As you follow these steps, you notice that there are two sets, one going towards town, one going back away towards town. And as you follow this track of steps, you eventually find yourself near how should I say this? A patch of snow that has been disturbed quite a bit. You do see some sled tracks, as well as much larger foot tracks about a mile outside of town.
Like much larger than boar feet or much larger?
Yes, much larger than the feet you were following.
I mean, larger than a person? Or
yes, just larger than a person.
Dude, Moa, are these your size?
I compare my foot to that.
And you put your foot in, and there's still about 4 inches on all sides that just kind of encapsulate your foot.
Don't like that.
Yeah,
it's big.
Big.
Maybe the door guard made themselves big to get back sooner because they can make themselves big.
It's a good possibility.
Can I investigate tracks and maybe look at the two different ones to see how?
Or continue?
Just to see if they're just the same but bigger.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Investigation.
Have some guidance while you're at it, just in case you need it.
I do. 18.
18. There are two different sets of tracks.
Huh. Well, looks like something bigger came and took this thing.
You see, leaving from this patch, the larger footprints continuing north with sled tracks falling behind.
Guess they went that way. Should we follow?
I think we should. Do we have all of our provisions? Do we have everything? Do we need new gloves or hats from the...
All
Everything.
all set.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
All right.
As you settle in, one after another, with Seven and Jolly following behind, you all head north into the frozen wastes of Icewind Dale, searching for Duragar. And that's where we're going to end today.
I got away with the thing.
Yes, you're so wrapped up in the blanket. Just
In
walking.
blanket is mine.
Thomas,
I think that'll
Did we
be
get
just-
rated?
We did not, but we just rolled this, and it is... You will never know.
You will never
Yeah.
know. Congratulations on the
But
deck.
who? But who is it? You'll never know. No, wait,
You'll
no. Just tell me. Just tell me who it is.
Just
Congrats.
But yes, congratulations on winning the deck. Thomas is probably reaching out to you right now. But yeah, thank you all for joining us from wherever you are in this big wide world, and we will catch you next Saturday. Stick around, hop on back at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as Thomas and others roll down the down darker trails, Call of Cthulhu Western. Join us on Monday for our last episode of Dragon of Ice Spire Peak.
Wow.
It's super exciting. And the week after that, folks, if you are interested, we're going to do basically like a little epilogue wrap up as well as a Q&A. And if you have any questions, we would love for you to send them to us. I think maybe the best way to do that is just going on to the Dragon of Ice Spire Peak Discord and just plopping them in there, and we'll grab them and answer those questions as we go. Cool. All right. Anyway, thank you all again for joining us, and we will see you next time for Rime of the Frostmaiden. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and much love. Yeah. Sending the tiny hearts, the big hearts, the I love you.
Bye.
Bye.